It only takes 5 seconds. 5 seconds is what it takes to make a first impression. Now, this concept will help you whether you're trying to sell, whether you're a marketer, if you run a business, or if you're trying to talk to women. Because to be very frank, you have this idea that your first impression matters. But what they never tell you is it's your first 5 seconds of your impression that does matter. When you speak to human beings, right, human beings are wired for fight or flight. Now, stay with me. So fight or flight means that if you approach somebody, right, and the person does not like what you're presenting to that person in the first 5 seconds, mentally, physically, the person is already flying away, right, mentally. But when the person likes and sees it to be something interesting, the person leans into it. I think, so now, for example, I remember trying to take this sales course, and this person says that he had a story of when he was selling cars. He says when he was selling cars, somebody will walk into the showroom and he's like, "Hey, good afternoon. I'm not trying to sell you any car. I just want to assist you to make sure you have the right choices. And if we don't have the car for you, at least I could recommend another dealership that I could go to get it." Instantly, he turns from a salesman to a problem solver. And one thing you should understand is your first 5 seconds also controls the frame in which people relate with you. So when we say the frame, what do you think we really mean here in the frame? Now, he is able to tell them that, okay, I'm not here to sell you. I'm not here to make a commission. I'm only here to help you make a better decision. Now, he begins to ask questions that are genuinely in the favor of these people. Because to be very frank, if he had walked up to them as a salesman, like, "Hey, good afternoon, how are you doing today? What kind of car are you looking for?" They'll begin to feel a little bit hostile, like, "Nah, not really, I'm just shopping around. I don't really want to get anything. We're just seeing what can go within our budget." And they're already folding to some extent. Mentally, they're already folding because they'll begin to hold some information back. And to be very frank, I do this also subconsciously. If you pay attention to yourself, when you feel like somebody is about to profit off of you, there's a way you feel closed, right? You're like, should I really trust this person or should I just let them go? It's the exact same thing that happens. Even with women, the same thing applies. Your first 5 seconds is very, very important. Even for women, it's kind of different, right? Because I always say that when you approach you before, when I used to approach women, I used to have some funny cheesy lines, something to light up the mood. But over time, I kind of ditched those lines because I understood that when the woman listens to you for the first 3 seconds, just know that she has already looked at you 3 minutes ago. So far, she has looked in your direction. She already knows whether she's interested or not. For your first 5 seconds, what she's looking out for is, does he sound manly? Does he feel manly? Is he looking into my eyes? Is he confident? That's what you're looking out for. So when I approach her, stare at her eyes and, "Hi, my name is Stone. I just felt like talking to you." And obviously, it depends on my mood. "Hi, my name is Stone. I just felt like talking to you." And it just works. Because like I said, she must have sized you up before you even came around. And her response immediately tells me whether I should follow up or not. If she's passive, I kind of follow up and maybe take her number and just let it die out. But if she's showing that interest, and trust me, female dynamics is pretty dynamic, and it is what I'll talk about in another day. If you feel like you want me to talk about it, leave a comment in the comment section. You get the point. Same thing with marketing, right? That's why the marketing that gets people's attention the most is the bizarre marketing, right? Same thing with billboards. If your artwork, if your work is not getting the attention, if it's not hooking the attention, then there's a problem. Now, that's why the fact that this thing might be simple, right? Oh, it's all right. First 5 seconds is what that matters. There's a caveat. There's a catch. Because given your context, right, there would always be a situation that everybody is familiar with, everybody is used to the point where the brain tunes it out. Remember the sales guy situation where he says most sales guys will say, "Hi, good afternoon, my name is John. What kind of car are you looking to get?" Automatically, their brain is shut, right? Because they're already used to hearing such kind of sales, such kind of hard sales technique over and over and over again. They feel like they're about to be played. But when he started going with, "Oh, hi, good afternoon, my name is John. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to probably I'm here to assist in the kind of cars you want to get. And trust me, sir, if we don't have that vehicle, it will be of great honor for me to refer you to another dealership that has that vehicle. And bam, like he has already won, he has penetrated the habituation filter of that customer, right? Because he has been able to frame the idea that, hey, I am not a salesman. I am somebody. Yeah, I'm somebody who is here to assist you. I'm somebody who is here to listen to your problems and make sure that you get the best deal, even though it doesn't come from us. But you do me a very great pleasure of getting things done. And ironically, this same concept was taught by, I think, Jordan Belfort. Yeah, because I've taken quite a number of sales courses. Jordan Belfort, in his book, when he says that, in his book and his courses, when he says that you are supposed to be a friend, right, of the customer or the prospect, not a salesman, right? Think about it. If your friend, somebody you really trust, is selling a product, wouldn't you want to support them? And if you really know, because he says that there are some situations where he has been in a sales process and this customer genuinely is not his best is not the best customer market fit. What he does is he refers them to where they'll get the best deal. And often than not, those same people recommend other people to him, right? Because he understands the power of truth here. He understands the idea of framing. Now, speaking about framing, I made a video about framing a couple of episodes away from this. Feel free to check it out. And by the way, lest I forget, this is coming from episode 18 of this book, The Diary of a CEO. It's called Fight for the First 5 Seconds. Like I said, first 5 seconds is what you need to make a first impression. So even though you're looking for investors, right? So if I was in a room of other investors, I wouldn't go, hi, my name is Stone, I am the CEO of. Nah, like I said, you need to pierce their attention. So hi, give your benefits of what you do in a very creative way. Made by, and my name is. So your name is the last thing you see, right? Because he wants to, if you say a name at the beginning, he obviously would remember it. But if you say something hooking, it's like, hi, so my company makes enterprise tools for small businesses. It's called T'Challa. My name is Stone. Okay. So now you've given him what he needs within the first three seconds, because to be very frank, you have punched his attention, right? You have given him a hook. In video, it's called a hook. Because in the first few seconds of this video, if I didn't hook your attention, you'd have clicked off by now. And now, first of all, my hooks are very simple, right? Because they're supposed to spell out what you should get, what benefit would you get in this video. And I really don't want that. I don't want random people. That's why I don't do funny edits in my videos. I don't do anything gimmicky. I try to stay here for the value as it is. So for an investor, be sharp. Even when you're making a cold call in sales, when you speak to somebody, you don't have the full call to make the impression. You have the first few seconds. So in the first few seconds, how do you want to sound like? Because you have to keep rehearsing that few seconds over and over again. Do you want to frame yourself as a friend? Do you want to frame yourself as an advisor? Do you want to frame yourself as a salesperson? Are you genuinely interested in solving their problems? These are things that you should consider while creating that first impression. Whether it's in marketing, in business, even in the videos. We've touched about sales, we've touched on women, we've touched on cold calls in sales. We've touched on investors in startups. Because this concept works anyhow, because if people are to give you their attention, you have to give them a reason, like, okay, this is why you should pay attention to me. This is why you should listen to me. Because if you can't, you're already fighting an uphill battle. Now, can you come back after the first 5 seconds? I mean, apart from a YouTube video, yes, you can. I mean, it was in person, right? You might fumble in your first 5 seconds, but along the lines, you might pick it up. You might get something. I mean, the same thing that happens with all of those, what they call it, gold digger videos. Although I'm not here to like break that down for you. But speaking of approaching women and the fact that there's a reason one-line openers that are very good, they work with women because they have to punch their attention. But to be very, very frank, if you really understand female nature, which if you want me to discuss female nature, let me know in the comment section. It is something that I'm open to discussing, and I feel like we need to have like a interaction for that. So feel free. So I think that's basically all about this episode. It's a very, very short one. It's a very, very short one. And it's one that I feel like In as much as people want to sound, oh, I am deeper than that, I have inner beauty, I am a very charming guy, I have a very good business idea. But if you cannot get their attention, if they cannot get them to trust you in the first few seconds, it's going to be difficult. And if you cannot get them to trust you in the first impression, or the first meeting, it's still going to be more difficult. If you can't get them to trust you, it's going to be impossible. So look for how, it may sound very shallow, it may sound very gimmicky, but a whole lot of psychology is in play here. And you should not go out there and deceive yourself, saying that, oh, don't worry, what I have is of great value, so they will see the value. If they don't trust in your first 5 seconds, I'm not buying from you. If the investor does not understand or does not see you as somebody to invest in within first 5 seconds, mind you, yes, investing is a different process because they have to study your product, whether it fits the market, whether it's worth it. But still, the entire point is you have 5 seconds to prove a point. And if you can't prove it within 5 seconds, subconsciously, so it's not a conscious act, it's a subconscious act because the brain is wired for fight or flight. The same thing, when I come to approach you in person, right, and I walk up to you, the way I walk up to you says a lot. And one thing I have to do with women is I have to walk in a very intimidating way because I'm tall and I have some nice shoulders. So when I come, I do this man up, press my neck back, chest out, come into your space, look into your eyes. It's a psychological stuff, but I'm sorry, I will discuss that later if you want me to talk about Fibio nature. So thank you very much. If you made it this far, I'll say that you're one of the few people who's taking your life serious because most people don't have that time to invest in themselves. And you stay this long, so thank you very much. If you really like the concept I explained in this video, it may be a short one, but it's super important. It is one of the most important concepts you will ever get in life, even though it is very, very shallow. Please grab a copy of this book. And if you feel like you don't want to grab a copy of this book, feel free to go and listen to this guy's podcast, The Diary of a CEO. It's on almost all platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. He does very, very great work. Right? His name is Stephen Bartlett. You can follow him. And when you follow him, you get to hear some quality ideas, practical ideas that would actually change your life. So thank you very much for staying this long. I'll say you're a real G. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And you'll hear from me. Hey, sorry. I just remember, I didn't tell you to share this video. Sorry, please. Share this video with somebody who you know will find it helpful. Share this video with somebody who does not understand that his first 5 seconds is most important in the first impression. Whether the person is selling, the person needs investors, the person is a marketer, the person is trying to talk to women. If he doesn't understand these first 5 seconds, because I try to go a little bit in depth, although we could go into separate psychology, just let me know in the comment section. We can go deeper on any topic just for you. So just share this video with them because it's that selfless act of you sharing this video that will make the movement to grow. And the movement is simple. I just make these things to make people improve their lives. It's that simple. So thank you very much. You are a real G if you stayed this far. If you are a real G, if you came back to listen to my call to action to share this video, and it's a selfless act. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And bye for now.